What's going on, YouTube? Hopefully you all doing great. I know I am. So today's video, we will be talking about 15,000 mile review on the 2020 Volvo 760. So I just hit 15,000 miles coming up here in Portland. I thought that would be a perfect time to do a video on it. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right over there by my finger. Be much appreciated, and thanks for all my current followers that are still following along. I appreciate that as well. So I got some pros and cons for now with the Volvo 760. But first thing I want to say is, if I had to choose between, I had a 19 International LT, or would I, if I had to choose from an LT International or a Volvo, which would I choose? Now, this is my opinion. Sorry about that. This is my opinion, and you can like it or not. It doesn't really bother me one bit. But anyway, if I were to go out and buy a truck right now, this week, would it be a Volvo 760 or an International? And I would have to say it would be an International LT. And here's a few reasons. A lot of it's going to be a negative. There's some positive stuff. So the few things I don't like about the Volvo is that the lumbar seat. If you ever been in one of these, in the lower of your back where the seat is, it kind of lips in, and it pushes up on your lower back. And when you're doing like a 10-11 hour day, it's very uncomfortable. Literally, you have to sit sometimes like this, like literally kind of like an angle. It's just right down in your lower lumbar back area where it just pushes. I've tried putting pushing all the air out I could, and unfortunately it won't work. So I will be due for a service here soon. When I get it in, I'm gonna have them look at it. The passenger seat's not that bad, it's the driver's seat. So I'm gonna see if they will swap the seats out. Maybe that would help, I don't know. But that's number one. The one thing I do like about the 760 compared to the 670s that we used to have is, I didn't realize this until 10,000 miles down the road, like 2 months later or a month later, that behind the seat here you got a little coat rack. I thought that was kind of cool. So behind both seats there's a coat hanger. Basically, it's built into the cabinets, which I thought was really cool because I like hanging my coats up. I don't like my coats being all thrown all over the place. So I like hanging my coats up. I thought that was really cool. Now, the other thing I like about the Volvo compared to the International is the ride quality. It rides so smooth. You go down the road and you're loaded, you barely feel any of the bumps. That's how nice and smooth this ride is. And they just done a really good job on the quality of the ride compared to an International, a Freightliner. I've driven a Freightliner International. I even driven a Peterbilt, and it's close with the Peterbilts. But so that's the other thing. The other thing I didn't like, I don't know if it's just a Volvo thing or if it's the antennas, but when I had to hook up my CB radio, it was giving me a warning indicator. Never had that issue in any other trucks I've ever been in. And I had to break it down, fix it. Not a big deal, but for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing with electronics or any of that kind of stuff, it would be very difficult. What else? The mirrors are pretty decent. The only concern I'm having is on the right mirror. it seems like they always stick the right mirror out too far. So like, say it's right here, it seems like they stick it out way too far to where that's just like only downside I think is wrong with the mirrors and whatnot. Now let's go to headlights, because they've definitely improved. Going from a new Volvo to an old Volvo, if you've been in an old Volvo 670 with no LEDs, you will know the pain. You can barely see the road. These new LED lights are fantastic. They should have put these in all the trucks, because I can see like probably a half mile down the road. That's, I would say, probably a quarter mile down the road I can see going, which is that's wonders, because we got to see, as a driver, we got to see everything at night. And I don't, because I used to be able to have to throw my high beams on when there's no one around. I don't even have my high beams on anymore. That's how bright they are. I even get drivers flash their lights at me quite often because they think my headlights are on. And then when I, so the headlights, fantastic. The other down thing I had an issue with was I was up in I was going through Salt Lake City, like Utah, Oregon, Idaho. No, sorry, I was going through Wyoming. So I was going through Wyoming, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. It was like 25 degrees out. Wind chill was probably like 20 or 10. And the heat wasn't staying. It wasn't staying hot. The heat wasn't staying warm like it should be. My gauge was going all up and down. I don't know if that's a Volvo issue thing. I asked the technician. They said they don't know anything about it. They haven't heard anything. So if it keeps going on, I'll give you all an update later down the road when it becomes more colder during the winter months. And if I have to, I'm going to throw a cardboard box in there, cut a big hole in the middle, so that way air is going through it, but it's only bringing so much air, because right now it seems like it's bringing too much air into the engine, and it's not wanting the thermostat to operate right, because your thermostat opens and closes to bring coolant going through the motor. So when it opens, it's bringing coolant going through. When it closes, it's holding the coolant to where it needs to hold for like the operating temperature. When it gets to a certain degrees, it opens it up. It brings all the coolant through the motor, all your little components, whatever you want to call it, and circulates all through the motor, even your heater core, all that stuff. So that was kind of operating from like 160 to 180, 190. So if it keeps doing it, I'm gonna get it looked at when I get home next time, probably in Thanksgiving. What else? The bed is a lot better than the other beds that I've been in. And like, for example, International, their beds are mediocre. They actually use like a spring mattress bed in these, which is really nice. But I also have a mattress topper. If you want, there'll be a link down below in my other video to where I show you guys what mattress topper I have. That'll be down in the link below. But when I put that mattress topper on, it was fantastic. I literally, when you're in bed, you don't want to get out. That's how I am. And when I'm in bed, I can sleep basically throughout the night, not even have to wake up. That's how nice it is. So this is gonna be the last one I'm gonna talk about. My video is getting almost 10 minutes. I try not to get past 10 or 12 minutes. People tend to die down after a while watching videos. The only downside, besides all the stuff I talked about, the TV mount. I don't know why Volvo does it. Why does Volvo put it way high up? So if you're in the bed in the back, they have it way high up to where you gotta like look up like that. For me, it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't want to be looking way up like that just to be able to see my television. I wish they would take the TV more down and put it in the actual sleeper in the bottom bunk between everything. I don't know why they don't do that. I don't know why they haven't thought about it yet. And it's coming 2020. Still haven't thought about it. Because Kenworth's has it. Peterbilt's got them. International's got them. What gives, Volvo? So, as you can tell, I have an International hat. I do like Internationals. But, so, that's the whole video. I hope you guys like it. If you're new to the channel, like I said, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there, or down in the description area. Ring that bell, so when I do post up videos, you will get notifications. And so like I said, which one would I pick? I would have to pick the International. If I were to buy any brand new truck out there, between a Volvo or International, it would be International. Now if it came to like KW and Peterbilt, I'll be getting me a Peterbilt 579 all day long. So hope you guys and girls like the video, and smash that thumbs button. I appreciate you all following along with me as my journey as a American long haul truck driver, if you want to call it that. So see you on the next video.